Hey guys, it's Dr. Roach coming back again. So today, Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys are having a good 2021. So today I'm going to talk about the FDA, and that's the Food and Drug Administration, and then basically the NDC. So that's the National Drug Code, and that's basically a 3-segment number that is on basically every drug or kind of product approved by the FDA, and it basically identifies the different drugs. So it's actually updated daily, and you can always look at this. But remember how I said last year I'd go down the aisles and kind of show you guys what to kind of look for. So I end up just using 3 of common medications that I see in pediatrics that people get bottom, and basically I'm gonna go through the bottle for you guys so you guys can kind of learn and see what are things you should kind of look for. And then eventually I might go to the store and show you guys one day, but there's always so much that happens in the store, so you never know. So I'll start with children's Tylenol. So basically you guys can see that I'm an online shopper. So 2 of my products are from Walmart, and this is Amazon brand. And basically what you're looking for is this NDC number. So that is this small number that's up here. So basically if the products have this NDC number, and that means it's FDA approved. So if they don't have an NDC number, it is not FDA approved, and it's not on their agency list. So this is Zyrtec, or what you guys will commonly see. When you're looking to buy products, also a good thing to look for is basically the active ingredient. So you guys see that this only has one active ingredient, the antihistamine that's in Zyrtec. And you will always see the inactive ingredients, which has basically all the dyes, all little things that they put, anything, grape flavor, anything that they put in there. But basically you want to see what's in this active ingredient, okay? So that's kind of the biggest things. Otherwise, they just put all these big words up here to hopefully sell you on stuff. So you want to definitely look at what is the active ingredient. So last year, you guys remember when I talked about kind of side effects and stuff like that? And it will always tell you basically what uses that you have, like when you should use this medicine, basically for allergies, and then when you should talk to your provider. You'll probably pretty much see on most medicines, anytime you're pregnant, breastfeeding, they'll ask you to talk. And then any kids under 2 or 5, it just depends on the product. You'll see basically they'll always say to talk to your provider. So doesn't mean that we don't write for things under 2. It's just usually most things are FDA approved over the age of 2 or 5. It just kind of depends. So that's Zyrtec, very common. So the second one is acetaminophen, so Tylenol. And you guys can see that if you buy the name brand Tylenol, you will see that the active ingredient is going to be, it's on this side, is acetaminophen. So that is basically the same thing as Tylenol. So some people will argue that, oh, Tylenol is so much better than the off-brand. This is the Walmart acetaminophen. They are the same products. They have the same active ingredients, and that's the biggest key. So what gets a lot of my patients is they'll buy products that say, and I won't knock any, and I have no stock in any product, so don't feel like I have stock in a pharmaceutical company that makes me talk about one more than the other. I don't have any stock in it. But you'll see a lot of times that they'll say, oh, you should buy the one that costs $4 more because this is the name brand. It's basically generic versus name brand. They're the same active ingredient. So as long as they have that same active ingredient, acetaminophen, then it's Tylenol, okay? There's no difference in children's Tylenol and adult Tylenol. They're all the same, okay? So basically the difference is pill versus liquid. So they are all the same. All they will do is they'll write the word children's right up here, and they'll charge a few dollars more. One day I'll go down the aisle and show you guys the difference, but basically they are all the same, and you'll see different prices for the same exact product. But they can add the word children's. It's going to advertise to you more. You're going to see some kid, and they're going to charge you a few more dollars. So just learning how to kind of read the labels and seeing what the active ingredients are. So this one also has the NDC number up here as well, that you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see that. But basically that just shows that that's what's FDA approved. I didn't actually buy a product that's not FDA approved. I'll do that in another video. And then, so the next most common one, ibuprofen. So again, like I was saying, they'll say basically this is compared to children's Motrin active ingredient. All you need is that active ingredient. So Motrin is ibuprofen, okay? So Motrin is the name brand, ibuprofen is the off brand. So same way with Aleve, I prescribe a lot of naproxen in my clinic. I think it's a very good pain reliever. So naproxen is the generic version of Aleve. So if you guys have a lot of muscle pain, knee pain, back pain, try some naproxen. Cheaper than Aleve, and it is the same exact product. So again, the active ingredients, it will tell you ibuprofen, and it just says it's an NSAID, which is basically that works real good against inflammation. So it will tell you about symptoms you can have as usual, what it's used for, which it talks about minor aches and pains, common cold, flu, sore throat, headache, toothache, and reduces fever. Again, what do? They put children's up here. Ages 2 to 11. Can you use this under 2? Yes, not under 6 months, but you can use this over 6 months. Can you use this over age 11? Yes, you can. You can also start buying pill forms. But again, this is the way that they advertise. Again, you guys can see that NDC number that's up here. But this is the way that they advertise. Basically, another question I get asked a lot actually is on this side. So you'll see doses. So in pediatrics, everything is basically the your milligrams per kilogram. So everything in medicine is basically the metric system. So we do a lot of grams and kilograms, which basically is you just divide it by 2.2 and that gives you pounds and ounces. Only America actually uses pound and ounces, and everywhere else in the world and medicine uses the metric system. So interesting fact if you guys didn't know. But when you guys are looking at this, basically it always gives you a range. So basically what they do is they average what the average based off of like CDC, WHO charts, what the average 2 and 3 year old, they'll take the smallest weight and then give you how much that they could take. So 5 mLs. That does not mean that every kid between 2 and 3 needs 5 mLs, if that makes sense. So some kids may need less, some kids may need more. This is basically a range based off of their weight, not necessarily their age. So they just basically average it out and then give you the lowest number. So it's based off of a kid that is 24 pounds or about 11, 12 kilos. So that's basically how they give you the different doses. So when you're in the clinic, and sometimes we'll just hand out a sheet that gives you kind of just generic information that gives you a rough guide. So you're not like trying to calculate every time the kid changes the age. But basically, when our doses are a little bit different, that's because we base it off of what their actual weight is today. And not necessarily off the range. So hopefully all this was helpful to you guys. Hopefully you learned something about the NDC and different things to look at, and then different common medications that you'll see. Again, of course, I'm always going to do pediatrics. But hopefully this kind of helped you with Zyrtec, Tylenol, Motrin, kind of things to look for. And, you know, now you can compare in the stores. Like, is it worth that $2 or $3 extra? Oh, it's actually the same thing. So again, pharmacy is definitely a money maker, so they always try to find ways to make a little bit more money. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. And feel free to like and subscribe. Have a good one.